Good morning, everybody. It's so nice to see you back here online for our story time today. Thank you for coming. Today we're going to do some stories about seeds. I have a sunflower in my garden and it's really big and it's now drooping over and its lifespan is over, but it's full of seeds, and so the birds are loving it, and some of the seeds might go back into my soil and grow some sunflowers next year. So I want you to look around your garden and other yards and see if you can find some seeds. They're everywhere. But before we start reading, we have to sing our song. So we always like to start with "The More We Are Together." So will you sing with me and use the hand motions if you can? Okay. The more we are together, 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 the more we are together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we are together, the happier we'll be. And then, of course, we like to wake up our toes. So let's wake up our toes, and then you guys can think of other things you can wake up on your body today too. So let's just do wake up fingers today, because you can see my fingers. Wake up fingers, wake up fingers, wake up fingers and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wake up fingers, wake up fingers, wake and wiggle in the morning. All right, let's find out some things about seeds. I have a feeling you already know some things about seeds. Some seeds are in some of the foods we like to eat. Hard and silent. A seed does not look alive, but inside each seed is a living plant waiting to grow. Every seed has a tough outside coat. The coat keeps the small living part of the seed safe. And beneath the coat, a layer of food feeds the seed as it grows. So these are seeds, but what are they? You know what this is. There's a walnut, and this is the walnut shell. Where can you find seeds? Oh, I hope you've seen some of these seeds this summer. Fleshy fruits like watermelons and pumpkins have handfuls of seeds. Some seeds, like sunflower seeds, are easy to see. They grow on the outside of the plant. So all of these here are seeds. And that's what's dropping to the ground at my house, and the birds are loving them. Peas are seeds that grow inside pods. Look at all those peas all lined up. Did you know those little peas that you eat sometimes at home come from the inside of a pea pod? They will dry up and harden until planting time, the outside of each pea. Seeds from a maple tree twirl through the air like helicopters, and dandelion seeds drift in the wind like balloons, traveling to faraway places. A coconut seed, we don't have these in Montana. A coconut seed floats like a boat in the water, carried by ocean currents. It lands on a beach, and then the seed will sprout. Prickly seeds covered in hooks stick to the fur of animals. Look at these burrs, and they're sticking to the side. You see this dog? These seeds hitch a ride to a new location. How are seeds made? They begin with flowers. Each flower produces pollen. That's all these little sprinkles of yellow. And grains of pollen look like fuzzy yellow dust near the center of the flower. Busy butterflies, bees, and moths carry pollen from blossom to blossom, and this process is called pollination. after pollen grains attach to the sticky insides of a flower, seeds begin to form. And as the seeds grow larger, the old flower falls away. Most seeds fall to the earth and grow without help. People sometimes help seeds grow by planting them in the soil. You've probably done this before, put some seeds in the ground. When seeds get warm enough and plenty of water, they wake up. The seed bursts out of its shell coat and begins to grow. Roots push into the soil. These are what's going down into the ground. Planted seeds cast off their shells and they become seedlings. So this is the old shell coat that was around the seed. And what was once a hard seed is now a soft green plant. And there's all kinds of more information at the end of this book about how seeds grow. Look at that. So this is a book called, it's by Christy Matheson, and it's called Plant the Tiny Seed. And this is one that you get to interact with. So I would like you to help me do the things that that book asks us to do when you're at home. And I also want to make sure I thank Green Willow Books for allowing me to read this book today. It's called Plant the Tiny Seed. There's magic in this tiny seed. Do you see that little seed right there? Press it down and count to 3. 1. Oh, here, we better go back and do that. Press it down. I also wanted to let you know that on every page in this book, there is a ladybug. You see the ladybug right here, over here on this side? Okay, so it says press it down. So I'm going to press it down, and we're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Plant another, and then one more. Press them down and count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wiggle your fingers to add some water. That'll be the rain coming down, or the sprinkles of water. That's enough. Next, rub the sun to make it hotter. Rub the sun. Seeds like warmth to grow and water. You see them starting to pop up now. Tap the cloud and wish for rain. Come on, rain. See what happens. Clap to bring the sun again. Can you all clap at home? Yay! Let's see if it brings the sun. Ah! Find the worm. Look for its tail. You see that tail just sticking out? It's a little fat worm. Shoo away the hungry snail. Shoo. There's the snail. Don't want him to eat our plants. Tell the little bud good night. So this one here has a tiny little bud up on top. Guess what you'll see in the morning light? What's gonna happen? Wow! Point to the purple flower. Can you touch your screen at the purple flower? Yay! Bzzz. Tap the cloud again. Tap, tap. It's another rain shower. Touch the blossoms gently, please. Let's touch them. Can you touch your screen? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, now jiggle the plants to scatter the seeds. I'll jiggle the book. Do you see the hummingbirds? The purple flower needs a clip. Swipe across the stem. Snip, snip, snip. Did you see how the seeds are coming right off that purple flower? Close your eyes. Wave your hands in the air. Close your eyes. Wave your hands. Look! There's magic everywhere. Yay! All right. Some of you might know this story that I have up here. It's called The Carrot Seed, and it's about a little boy who plants a carrot seed, and he plants it in the ground, and he waters it, and he pulls up the weeds every day, and his brother comes out and says, it won't come up. Then his mother comes out and says, it won't come up. Then his father comes out and says, I'm sorry, it won't come up. But every day he keeps on watering it and pulling up the weeds and taking care of it. And after waiting a really, really long time, guess what happens? A carrot does come up. It's such a big carrot that he has to carry it home in a wheelbarrow, because all the time the carrot was growing way down under. And on the top is just all the green of the carrot greens. So you have to wait sometimes when you plant a seed, don't you? Okay, I have one more story, and then I have a special surprise for you. This is called A Bean's Life Cycle. So remember we saw that picture of the beans inside, or the peas inside the pea pod. Let's see what we have here, because we're going to do a special craft afterwards. Some of these things now you already know. So there, as you can see, is the plant starting to grow out of the seed. There's the little roots growing down. And the roots are going to hold that plant in place. Soon a bean shoot sprouts through the soil, pop becomes the stem, and then tiny leaves start to grow. These are going to be beans, not peas. I'm going to grow some beans. So there they are, starting to come up. And then did you know what flower buds appear at the bottom of the leaves? And they have pollen in them, and they also have nectar. So that's why the bees and the birds love your flowers and your beans. There's the bee. The bee has pollen from a different flower, and the pollen helps make the beans grow. Bean pods grow. Look at those. So the green beans that you guys eat sometimes at dinner grew from a plant just like this. And the bean pods help protect the seeds inside. There, look at that. Yum, yum. Bean plants have about 12 bean pods. Let's see how many of these do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 seeds in there. So some pods are picked to eat, but others just dry out and they pop open and the seeds fall out. And those are the ones that will become new plants in the spring. So it's good to have all these seeds in your garden after everything dies out. It's sort of ready for next year. So here's the what we're going to do this year, this week for our craft is you can come into the library and you can get, this is a pea pod right here. So this is the outside, the shell, and you're going to cut all the way around, but don't cut there. So you're going to cut all the way around so that you can make this. And that's going to be your little pea pod. And inside you're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if you can see that. You see those 5 that I just put in there? You might want to use some glue or some tape to do that. And then you're going to say this little rhyme, and it goes like this. Can you hold up 5 fingers? It goes like this. 5 little peas in a pea pod pressed. 1 grew, 2 grew, so did all the rest. They grew and they grew and they did not stop until one day that pea pod popped. Let's do it one more time. Okay, take your 5 little peas in a pea pod press. Press them together. 1 grew, 2 grew, so did all the rest. They grew and they grew and they did not stop until one day that pod went pop. So when you get this here at the library, it has that rhyme along the top. Okay, I have a special guest right now. This is somebody you probably know from coming to the library. But George is going to come and read a story about living things, just like we've been talking about seeds and other living things. So please welcome George from the library. He's going to read a story to you. He's our guest reader today.
Thank you, Cindy. Hi, everyone. I'm George, and I'm going to read you a story. It's called Each Living Thing. It's by Joanne Ryder, and the pictures are drawn by Ashley Wolf. There's some alligators and an ibis and a spoonbill. Those birds, the pink bird's the spoonbill. There it is. Watch out for the spiders dangling in their webs. Here's some spiders. This is robin, the birds. Young person's taking out the recycling. For snakes who coil and slither in the grass. A snake, mouse among the mushrooms. Some plants growing where the mouse and the snake live. She's getting on the school bus. For toads who lurch and leap across the road, please stop to let them pass. Toads crossing the road, the young person stopped, the boss allow them to pass. Look out for wriggling worms and creeping snails, and for darting bees who dip among the flowers. Lots of nice flowers there. A young person planting a garden, some kitties, kittens, and snails and bees flying all around in the flowers. For streaming ants who streak the dusty trails, please step around their sandy towers. Trail of ants, little ant homes. More nice flowers and plants. Be careful of snapping crabs and swooping gulls, of stinging jellyfish, afloat and free. There's the swooping gull, some jellyfish, young person with her dog. Lots of crabs there. Of alligators slyly drifting by. Looks like a great blue heron, a spoonbill. Here's an ibis among these nice water plants. And giant turtles circling in the sea. Be wary of bears who linger in the dusk. Some bears, a bear family, and an apple tree. Mom's eating some grapes. That happens around here, right in Bozeman. The bears come for apples in town. Of hooting owls Hunting in the night. There's an owl. Kitty cat looks a little wary for the owl there. Pumpkins they're gathering that they planted in the springtime. Put the seeds in the ground. And they grew into nice pumpkins for jack-o'-lanterns. Of bats who flitter, whirling overhead, and cougars pausing, prowling out of sight. Lots of bats around their home. They fly around and eat insects. Here's the cougar prowling way over here in the distance. Watch out for every living thing, for all beasts fine and free who grace the earth and ride the skies and glide within the sea. We got seals, all kinds of creatures here. A young person and her dog enjoying looking at them and learning. Be aware of them. People having a nice picnic. Squirrels are gathering acorns. There's a moth or a butterfly. Take care of them. Even in this park, and it looks like it may be near a town. There's a bridge and trails. All kinds of creatures all living together, getting along, doing well. Be watchful. Let them be. A young person here looking at a horned lizard. There's a cactus wren. Nice flowers on the cactus. They're all living together. Be watchful. Let them be. All right. I hope you enjoyed the story. I enjoyed reading it. And thank you very much for listening and being here. And we'll see you again soon, I hope. Have a good day.
Thank you, George.
Yeah, thank you, Cindy.
So I just want to thank you all for coming, and remember that the library is open from 10 to 1 on Tuesday through Saturday, so you can come and visit us. Say hi to George and I and everybody else who works here. We love seeing you, and pick up books. We have lots of books for you to check out. If you can't get to the library, we still have curbside pickup from 2 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday. So anyway, you can go on our website and find out lots more. Thanks again for coming to Storytime today. Bye-bye.